How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, as always, Hicksydust, here with the first video of the new structure for Hicksydust Gaming. If you don't particularly know what I'm referring to, I'm going to tag my last video at the end of this video, which goes over all the changes coming forth. But today, we get to premiere Madden Mondays. This is where we will be playing another Madden franchise video. And of course, we'll be talking over NFL news and personal news and all that kind of jazz. Let's start today with the Giants. At the time of me making this video, it is post-draft, and I believe the Giants brought in a strong class of athletes to come in and compete for starting jobs and push those starters to keep their jobs. As Joe Judge has previously said, no position is locked in. Every start is a competition. And I think the Giants, particularly Dave Gettleman, did a great job in this draft class, trading back for the first time in his career. People joke whether that was Joe's influence or Dave's, but they got a really good draft class out of this year. Some people were critical of the Giants for not taking any offensive linemen, and to that I say, well, we took 3 last year in the draft. You know, you got to let these players develop. It's a marathon, not a sprint when it comes to team building in the NFL. You got to let these guys play out and develop. We did sign a couple offensive linemen in the postseason and the offseason. And at the time of recording this, I know of at least 2 undrafted free agent offensive linemen who were invited to minicamp to come in and compete. So, listen, the offensive line is being addressed, but the team is confident with the players they have. They have added a couple bodies, sure, but just because they didn't go after the names most people are talking about, people want to, I'm not gonna dwell too much on the negative. I like the team. I'm gonna trust the process. I'm gonna trust Joe Judge, Dave Gettleman, Jason Garrett, Patrick Graham. And I think that these guys are all going to put together a product that Steve Tisch, John Mara, and all of us fans can be proud of. I know that we're all tired of losing. John Mara said it in a press conference. This team's headed in the right direction, if you ask me. But we are here for the gaming channel, and for the Madden universe, we are 1-0 in the regular season of season number 2. Unfortunately, I cannot show you guys last week's win over the Eagles, as that footage was accidentally deleted in an attempt to make space on the PlayStation for a new game which I plan to feature or showcase later on in the new setup. So let's go on in. There's a 3-way tie for first place after last week's win between us, the Cowboys, and the football team. I'm assuming that we were the only one in the division that had a division matchup, because otherwise there'd be more than, it wouldn't be a 3-way tie. It would possibly be a 2-way tie. But we're going to play the Saints at home this week, and I'm already imagining it's going to be a tough matchup. The Saints are marked only 2 points higher than us, but just the amount of talent that the Saints have, Drew Brees, Cameron Jordan, Michael Thomas. In this reality, the Saints keep Drew Brees. Drew Brees does not retire. And I think they switched out Alvin Kamara for Latavius Murray. He was still an excellent runner, if I remember from just the draft and the retirings and the new signings. I can't remember who Alvin Kamara is playing for now, but I don't remember him being on the Saints. So.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. The New York Giants taking on the New Orleans Saints.
We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1. Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of
The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 104 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in Week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Rain game, so we want to make sure that we're not throwing the ball costly.
Before he's brought down. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints 30. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Corey Clements on the field.
gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
on the ground. Corey Clement, his first carry. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
As much as I want to let Zach Wilson open up in this rain game, I'm just going to try to protect the ball as much as possible.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Barkley's back in.
10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
it's 2nd and
Now Saquon Barkley. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints' 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
This is Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
There we go. Nice and easy drive.
Touchdown of the new season. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. When they keep doing that in the 4th quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Taken about 7 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Now we see quarterback Drew Brees in his New Orleans offense set to go on attack here for the first time.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
First carry for Latavius Murray. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 20.
And the numbers for Latavius Murray last
Try and keep him under wraps as much as possible in this game.
70 yards and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down the road?
As Sanders has it poked free. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the
inaccurate
change
balls
up.
in the rain.
First quarter might take a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism.
I don't even know if he tripped on somebody or if somebody grabbed him.
Keep this drive rolling. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Giants 7, Saints nothing.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone.
That was really close to a sack. They got that ball out real quick.
First down on a pickup of 13.
First down, Saints.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And it's caught. The tight end Hill.
Breeze pass.
7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. At the 39-yard.
This is Murray.
I don't know if he got
just
there.
Over 2 yards as the first half.
3rd and
dips
inches.
inside of 3 minutes. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll run here. It's Murray.
Ah, he got across the line.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an
I don't know.
easy pickup
Yeah. With the amount of blitzers I had, I was totally ready for the pass.
Confusion defensively. Not sure why they
Yeah,
were
oh,
in that
confusion.
Yeah, I'd say you should
Confusion,
have a few men
yeah.
in the box there.
3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
I don't think these guys are watching the
We hit
same
2-minute
game I'm
mark of the
playing,
first half.
everybody.
10-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular
Oh,
season.
so close. If he held on to that,
Tried
that's
to
an
leave it
interception.
underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 7 yards.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze.
There we go. Sack. Zimenez.
39-yard line. O'Shane Zimenez able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out.
That's going to be a rough one.
And that is
That
no
was
good.
closer than I gave him
Just
credit for.
wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Saints nothing.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Saquon Barkley.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker.
I'm surprised
after the 3-yard run.
the other team
now
didn't call a
little
timeout on that
searching
one.
on 4th down. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's going to be
There's a
taken
flag
down
on the
here
play.
with a penalty flag on the field.
Of course.
Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now.
2-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran
Just
knocks
squeaked
it right
in
through.
there. I thought that was going to be
And that will do it
out for a
this
second.
First half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll see, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. Taken in the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
From the gun, it's Breeze.
He got that ball off quick. Didn't matter how many offensive linemen we toppled. That was, they had that scouted.
First down, New Orleans.
On first down, Murray.
Didn't get very far.
Bradbury there to make the tackle.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Saints.
Murray. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Breeze to throw. Going with a screen for Murray. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
That was some power running by Murray. That was hard to bring him down.
What we have here is a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now they'll run. Murray. And
nice.
Met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Can we stop him for one more down?
Loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. To throw, it's Breeze. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A 4-yard pickup.
That's a heartbreaker. He stepped out instead of in.
Get him the first down, brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Makes the score Giants 13. Saints.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
John Ross, probably one of the best returners I've had in this run.
Set to take over on offense. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The tackle.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
The 27-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Another New York Giants. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Brought down at
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. The clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run with Clement. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the one.
Short of the goal line.
I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Penny, and he will take it on.
Run it in with the fullback. Why not?
Taking it in from a yard out. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult.
Oh,
but
man.
guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Bounced off the upright there.
Past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Now a dump off here complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40.
Oh, Murray's down. He's not getting up.
And Murray's
That's
still
not good.
down. Maybe shaking up that go around. Let's hope he's all right. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Pass.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Again, it's Breeze. And this is intercepted.
Forced him to throw it,
And that should do it.
and we intercepted it.
Picked up by the
Good
Michigan
job by
manager, Will
Peppers.
And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
I'm just going to throw some salt on it.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game. And that is no good. And
We
this
missed
score will
it,
stay
but,
right
hey,
where it is.
we still win.
Victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Giants, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today on the premiere of Madden Monday. We are no stranger to Madden on this channel, but as I mentioned before, the new structure should help us even out the content on the channel. We had a nice win today against the New Orleans Saints, 19-3, even though we tried to extend it with that missed field goal. We just stuck to the ground game. No way I was going to sling it in the rain against that Saints defense. That just would have been asking for trouble. So we pull off a win here today, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed watching the channel. Leave your feedback in the comments section. If you guys have a comment on this video, a video you'd like to see, a prior video, or just about the new structure, I'll take all the feedback and apply it to the channel. But as always, guys, thank you for watching today. And keep your eyes on the horizon for more Hicksydust content to come your way soon. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.